This is a vessel that looks like an ordinary submarine, but its purpose is absolutely terrifying. However, it is not a weapon of war. Instead, it is a bizarre vessel built specifically for drug trafficking. Yes, this is what is known as a narco submarine. These submarines are built to transport drugs from the jungles of South America across the Atlantic Ocean to the United States and Europe. Over the past 10 years, more than 200 of these submarines have been seized. But did you know that hundreds of times more submarines are still operating in secret than have ever been captured? Just imagine countless vessels silently carrying out their missions beneath the ocean's surface, while no one even realizes they are there. In an age of advanced technology, where even fighter jets and warships can be tracked, a small submarine built deep inside the jungle somehow remains almost impossible to detect. Even the United States Navy has repeatedly struggled to stop these submarines. Why? How have they become so successful? Let's dive into this underwater mystery and find out. Every year, thousands of tons of cocaine are smuggled from South America to the United States and Europe. No matter how vigilant the police and Coast Guard are, a significant portion of these shipments still reaches its destination. Although large quantities of drugs are seized, the smugglers always seem to stay one step ahead. In the beginning, narco submarines were quite simple and designed only for short-distance journeys. But over time, the smugglers became far more innovative and technologically advanced. Today, highly sophisticated submarines are built in hidden jungle shipyards, capable of traveling thousands of miles. The battle between the cartels and law enforcement has become an endless game of cat and mouse. The cartels constantly develop new methods and technologies, while the police and Coast Guard respond with new tactics to stop them. But that is the biggest challenge of all. How have the cartels become so skilled and technologically advanced? Now, let's explore the answer in greater depth. In the early days of drug smuggling, narco submarines had a very simple design. They were not particularly complex. Measuring around 46 feet in length, these vessels could travel partially submerged beneath the ocean's surface. Most of the vessel remained underwater. They were painted to blend seamlessly with the color of the sea. As a result, these submarines could often evade radar detection. But what was it like inside? In a word, it was anything but comfortable. The crew had to live in an extremely cramped space. A diesel engine was installed at the rear. In the middle, there was a tiny area where the crew could sleep. The front section was packed with bags of drugs. A single submarine could carry approximately 7 to 8 tons of cocaine. Even with such a heavy load, the submarine remained submerged to avoid being seen. This is how these submarines crossed the ocean day and night. A crew of 5 would spend countless hours inside while navigating rough and dangerous seas. But the journey could come to an abrupt end the moment the Coast Guard detected them. Interestingly, whenever they were caught, the smugglers often tried to sink the entire submarine. However, they were not always successful. Despite their simplicity, these early designs brought tremendous success to the drug cartels. Compared to today's advanced technology, however, they are nothing more than relics of the past. When the cartels realized they needed a more advanced design to cross the ocean, they began building larger and more powerful submarines. This led to the creation of the new 65-foot-long advanced narco submarines. They were not only bigger, but also far more capable. They were capable of crossing the entire Atlantic Ocean. But the journey was anything but easy, especially for the crew. There was no comfort whatsoever. Instead of beds, they had to sleep on plastic bags laid over hard fiberglass floors. Instead of a toilet, they had to use plastic bags. Their food supply consisted of little more than energy bars, rice, and canned sardines. Despite the rough waves, the fear of losing their way, and constant Coast Guard surveillance, these submarines continued toward their destination. But sometimes, things don't go according to plan. Let me tell you about one such incident. A few years ago, an advanced narco submarine ran out of fuel while attempting to cross the Atlantic Ocean. What was supposed to be a 2-week journey turned into an entire month. They then tried to contact another cartel vessel for assistance. However, they failed to establish contact. In the end, they attempted to escape by sinking the submarine. But eventually, law enforcement officers captured them. When even these advanced submarines became vulnerable to detection, the cartels introduced the Snorkel submarine. It is a vessel that can travel almost completely submerged beneath the water. Only a small pipe remains above the surface. This pipe allows fresh air to enter, while also helping keep the engine cool. These 65-foot-long submarines are constructed from fiberglass. This material makes them much harder to detect on radar. They can carry up to 8 tons of cocaine. They are so stealthy that no Snorkel submarine has ever been intercepted at sea. Honestly, building such advanced submarines deep inside the jungle is truly remarkable. The cartels always seem to stay one step ahead of the authorities. Interestingly, just as the Snorkel submarine was attracting attention, the cartels introduced another revolutionary concept. It was the electric submarine. It was a nearly silent and almost invisible machine designed for smuggling. This 39-foot-long submarine has no diesel engine. It is powered entirely by a 10-ton battery system. This battery-powered submarine can operate for up to 12 hours at a speed of around 5 kilometers per hour. Although it is relatively slow, it can travel completely underwater. It can also be towed by larger vessels to cover much greater distances. The most astonishing fact is that its stealth is so effective that it has never been encountered at sea. Only one such submarine has ever been discovered, and it was found deep in the jungles of Colombia. The cartels have developed it as their ultimate weapon for smuggling. Its chances of being detected are believed to be close to zero. But just when you think these sophisticated machines exist only because of advanced technology, another name emerges: Oscar Moreno Ricardo. He is often referred to as the king of narco submarines. In hidden shipyards along remote jungle rivers, he built submarines capable of traveling thousands of miles. The submarines he built became the cartel's ticket to success. For years, he managed to stay one step ahead of law enforcement. But no criminal can remain hidden forever. But in 2022, Ricardo's time finally came to an end. Although he had evaded law enforcement for many years, he was eventually captured. Ricardo was arrested during a joint operation carried out by Colombian and U.S. authorities. His arrest was a major setback for the drug cartels. Oscar Moreno Ricardo's arrest may have marked the end of one chapter in the history of narco submarines. But that does not mean the battle is over. The cartels never stop. They constantly return with new technologies and innovative tactics. On the other side, the police and Coast Guard continue their efforts without. They are using advanced technology, modern surveillance systems, and intelligence gathering to stop this shadow war against the cartels. In this conflict, every new innovation is met with a new countermeasure. The story of narco submarines is not just about drug trafficking. It is also a story of technology, strategy, covert operations, and an endless contest of intelligence. Only time will tell where this battle will lead in the future. But one thing is certain: as long as drug trafficking exists, secret technologies like narco submarines will continue to evolve and reappear in new forms. Thank you for watching this video until the end. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more history and documentary content. I'll see you again in the next video. Until then, stay safe and take care. Goodbye, and may God bless you.